Number 1. Bogart likes chess. Humphrey Bogart's personal favorite pastime was chess. He used to play correspondence chess, a once very popular form of play, in which enthusiasts from all over the world could play many chess games in progress, at once. The first shot of Rick sees him playing chess, and the position of the chess game that Rick is studying, a typical chess opening, known as the French defense, was from an actual game of Bogart's, which he was conducting via post. Number 2. The Bulgarian Wife. In the movie we see a young Bulgarian wife, played by Joy Page, who is desperate to leave Casablanca. She describes the situation in Bulgaria in 1942 as hell. However, although forced to ally with Nazi Germany in 1941, Bulgaria kept its independence and, like very few other mainland European countries, largely protected its own Jewish citizens from deportations and/or enabled many of them to escape. For all this, Bulgaria was thanked after World War II by the Israeli government. Number 3. More Than Fluff. Neither Ingrid Bergman nor Paul Henreid wanted to appear in the film. Bergman considered the material little more than fluff, and desperately wanted to be casted in For Whom the Bell Tolls. Once the wrap date for Casablanca approached, she happily realized that she would be able to film the Ernest Hemingway story after all. Henreid had just starred with Bette Davis in Now, Voyager, and the thought of playing second to Bogart and Bergman, not to mention Claude Rains, didn't sound like a promising prospect to him. Orson Welles recounted that during the filming of Casablanca, Bogart stated in front of him, "I'm in the worst picture I've ever been in." Number 4. The Marseillaise. During the scene in which the Marseillaise is sung, over the German song Die Wacht am Rhein, many of the extras had real tears in their eyes, as a large number of them were actual refugees from Nazi persecution, in Germany and elsewhere in Europe. Many of the actors who played the Nazis were in fact German Jews, who had escaped from Nazi Germany. The scene was copied from Jean Renoir's The Grand Illusion, in which French soldiers detained in a German prisoner of war camp sing the song, as a similar gesture of defiance. Number 5. Jealousy. Humphrey Bogart's then-wife, actress Mayo Method, continually accused him of having an affair with Ingrid Bergman, often confronting him in his dressing room before a scene was to be shot. Bogart would come onto the set in a rage. In fact, despite the undeniable on-screen chemistry between Bogart and Bergman, they hardly spoke, and the only time they bonded was when the two had lunch with actress Geraldine Fitzgerald. According to Fitzgerald, the whole subject at lunch was how they could get out of that movie. They thought the dialogue was ridiculous and the situations were unbelievable. I knew Bogart very well, and I think he wanted to join forces with Bergman, to make sure they both said the same things. Number 6. Censorship. Due to its strong anti-Nazi themes, the film was not released in Germany until 1952, after the war was over. It was shown in a heavily censored version with all references to Nazism taken out. This version is almost a half-hour shorter and lead characters are rewritten via dubbing. Resistance fighter Victor Laszlo became a Norwegian atomic physicist, who discovers mysterious delta rays and is on the run from Interpol. Several famous sequences, including the Marseillaise sequence, were deleted. A redubbing and re-release in 1975 allowed German audiences to finally see the film in its original integrity. Number 7. No Humphrey, No Ingrid. Studio publicity, in 1941, claimed that Ronald Reagan and Ann Sheridan were scheduled to appear in the movie, with Dennis Morgan mentioned as the third lead. This, however, was never the case, and the false story was planted, either by a studio publicist or a press, to keep those names in the papers. Other actresses considered for the part of Ilsa were Edwige Feuillard, Michelle Morgan, and Tamara Tumanova. Number 8. The Love Triangle. Ingrid Bergman's line "Victor Laszlo is my husband," and was, "even when I knew you in Paris," was almost cut from the film, because during that time it was deemed inappropriate for a film to depict or suggest a woman romancing with another man, if she were already married. However, as it was pointed out later in the film, she had thought Laszlo was dead at the time, and therefore the censors allowed the line to stay in. No one knew, right up until the filming of the last scene, whether Ilsa would end up with Rick or Laszlo. During the course of the picture, when Ingrid Bergman asked director Michael Curtis with which man her character was in love, she was told to play it in between. Since the ending was not the final scene shot, there are some scenes where she was indeed aware of how everything would turn out.
Thanks for watching.